Well, hello, hello. I thought I would make a video about my fountain pens because I haven't done that in a while, and I really culled, I really cleared them out. I sold some, gave some away, also received some as gifts. And basically what I did is I made two little stacks of them, one for spring and summer and one for fall and winter. And the spring and summer ones are cleaned and put away safely for the winter, and I'll bring them out again in April or end of March. You know, I was going through a time where I had so many fountain pens inked that I just didn't use them all, you know. And so what I did is I really narrowed it down to what I love and ones that are special to me because they were gifts and things like that. So I'm just going to go through it and show you guys. And the first thing I want to do, not all of them are inked, and I'm not going to ink them all, but I'll show you the pens. But in my ink, I want to go over my inks. So that's the other thing that I did. I really got rid of ink. I had so many, and that I would never use because, I mean, not crazy amounts, but I had some that honestly, I learned that I don't like colored inks that much. I really don't. I like gray ink. It's my favorite. It's what I use and what I kept reaching for. And so I basically just kept my gray inks. There's only one that I have that isn't gray, and it's Pilot Iros Shizuku Inaho, which has long been discontinued, and I have one bottle left. I bought some before it left, and I don't have it in here, but it's pointless to talk to you about it because you can't get it anymore. And it was just my favorite ink ever, and it was like a kind of like a golden greenish color, like a bronzy golden green. It was, wow, so beautiful. So anyways, these are my ink swatches, and these are on just little cards. And when I change books, which I only have, let's see how much more, there's the ends there. So I only have this many more pages to go before I change books. But I can just take these out and put them into the new book. I like to have these ink swatches so I know. So I'm just going to go through them and show you my ink. So this is Pilot Iros Shizuku. This is Kirasame. And this is also discontinued, unfortunately. But this, I have a whole bottle left. You can still find it out there, the Kirasame, if you really look for it. But this color, oh my goodness, it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's like a rosy gray, really, really pretty. This is probably my all-time favorite gray ink. It's also Pilot Iros Shizuku. It's Fuyu Syogan, Old Man of Winter. And it's a beautiful lavender gray, right? So these two, for a long time, were the only two inks I had. And I really love them. This one is by Dominant Industry. It's called Downpour. It's also really beautiful. I don't have, I have one bottle of this. It's about halfway gone. I don't think I'll buy it again, mostly because it's dark. And it's okay. I have another sort of neutral gray that I like better, but it's a very nice ink. Then I have Pelican Edelstein Moonstone, which is a beautiful warm gray. It's a very elegant ink. Their inks just work. They work really beautifully. So that's very nice. It's a beautiful one. I've got, I don't know, 3/4 of a bottle of that. It came with a pen. This is my favorite gray sparkle or shimmer ink. It's called Diamine Moondust. It is a great shimmer ink because it's got like a pewter colored shimmer in it. It writes so beautifully. It never clogs my pens. It's always got a little sparkle in it, and it's not overwhelming. It's just Like the way it shimmers is really beautiful. It just doesn't overwhelm. And it's one of my very favorite inks. I use it. I've always got it in one particular pen. So I'll show you that. This is Sailor Amamoya. I don't love this one. It's okay. It leans magenta sometimes on the page, especially on Tomoe River paper. Not so much on this this paper, but you can kind of see that. And I'm not a magenta person, so I won't buy that again. But it is gray, and I kept it. This one is Dominant Industry. It's called Winterwood, and it's a really, really deep brown that almost comes across as a deep brown gray on the paper. I probably won't buy this again either. It's very, very dark. It's almost black. So, and black ink for me is just hard. It's just not my aesthetic, right? I like things a little bit softer. It's almost got a little bit of a burgundy undertone too. It's beautiful. It's just, I won't buy it again. I kept it, but I won't buy it again. I think part of the reason I love it is the name. So this is J.R. Ben Gris de Houle, H-O-U-L-E. This is a beautiful ink. It's a very cool gray. I love writing with this ink. Definite keeper. It's what I like better than Downpour. It's just exquisite. It writes really beautifully. It's got nice shading and stuff. This is from Le Bon. It's called Athena Gray. Too dark, but it is beautiful, but it's just too dark for me. So I might just get rid of a few of these so my collection gets even smaller. This is Iwi ink Cold Dew, and for some reason it just feathered like crazy on here. I've used this in different pens for several years now, and I've never had that problem with it. So I don't know if ink changes over time, because that is unacceptable. So I'm gonna try it. Next time I ink a pen, I'm gonna try it and see if it does that on paper also. But it is a very pretty color. It's like a taupey gray. This is Warringal Inks Half Moon Dimmed Light. It is a beautiful gray with a cerulean blue shimmer. It's gorgeous. This is Ferris Wheel Press, the Sad Charade. It's a beautiful blue-green gray. Very pretty ink. This is Stonecutter's Song by Kiyono Oto, Tokyo Ink Company. It's really a brown, but I kept it because I really love it. This is Seibuku. This is from Kiyono Oto also. It's a gorgeous blue-green gray. And this is Diamine Celadon Cat, which is another gorgeous blue-green gray. And then this one is Ususumo, which is Cloud Gray from Kiyono Oto Kyoto Ink Company. Tokyo or Kyoto, I'm not sure. This is probably my second favorite ink. It is absolutely stunning when you write with it. It's everything I love in an ink. So those are my inks. So not too many, right? And I've got a page in the very back here. Books, wait a minute, hold on. I've got a little pen test page, and I'll just use this side. I don't think I'll fill this up with books before then. I just started writing stuff about books that I've read, and I don't think I'll finish one before, well, no, I'll finish one, but that's 2 pages in between. So I'm just gonna use this when we're looking at the pens, all right? So I have a few different cases. I have this Superior Labor leather roll that I'll show you. It's my very favorite. And I've got some these are from Galen Leather Company. They're little zip pouches. They hold 3 pens. I've got 2 in there right now. This is also Galen Leather. This holds 5 pens. And then this is a little cozy from, I can't remember what it's called, Rickshaw. And it holds 5 pens also. So I'm going to start with the pens in this roll because these are where the inked pens are. And this one, I've been writing with this today. So let me just show you this pen roll first because it was a special edition. I thought for a Superior Labor product it was very affordable, but I also bought it from a shop in Singapore, so I'm not sure. I think the exchange rate was just really good. But look at this. Is this perfect for a watercolorist or what? Is that gorgeous? I just love it. It smells so good. It's so supple. It holds a lot of pens. I don't put all of my most precious pens in here because those go in, so they're separated, although this one's in here right now, which probably shouldn't be. But anyways, these are some of the pens I've inked. These are not inked. But isn't that just, it's beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna move this over here and I'm gonna go through these pens. So this one is my newest pen and it was a gift to me. It's actually a vintage pen. It was a gift to me from a dear friend, and it's a Pelican M400. It has a gold nib, but it's a two-tone gold nib. It's a really beautiful nib. It's this pen is gorgeous. It's like a rich cranberry red. It has beautiful stripes and shimmer to it. It's got the Pelican logo on the top under the dome, gold trim, and it writes like a dream. So I have Pelican Moonstone in here. M400. This is a medium nib. No, is it medium or is it fine? I can't remember. My eyes will never see that. But anyways, it's medium or fine. I can't. I think I can't tell. And then in it is Edelstein by Pelican, and you can see this is a really beautiful gray ink, Moonstone. Pelican inks, the Edelstein inks, are just such reliable inks. They always work, and they're very smooth. They dry nicely. They have beautiful shading. The colors are really rich, but it's not too dark. You know what I mean? It's a really, really gorgeous ink, and I love it in this pen. So that is my Pelican M400. Then this is a pen that I got a couple years ago when it came out. I just loved the colors. I love TWSBI pens. This is a TWSBI Eco in the cream and rose gold colorway. I don't post these pens. They become too bulky for me. So this is TWSBI, and this is a medium nib. I can never tell. TWSBI Eco, cream and rose gold. It's just such a beautiful writer. And this is Laban Athena gray. It's pretty dark, and I think it's too dark for my taste. This is more, you know, what I like, but it is a nice ink. So beautiful, beautiful pen. This is a gorgeous pen. This is a Benu Briolette. It is so pretty. I think it's called, I don't remember what it's called. They do still make it, but for a girl who loves sparkles, it's pretty fantastic. It has a broad nib in it. It's a Benu, so you can see that it writes very juicy, and this is the pen that I keep that Diamine Moon Dust in, and it's a Briolette. I think it's called Space. I think it's called Space, and I have Diamine Moon Dust, and it flows beautifully from this pen. I love this pen. I use it a lot. It just makes me happy. So you can see how gorgeous that the shimmer ink flows from it, and I just always put that ink back in this pen. It never has anything else in it. This is a treasured Pelican. This is just an M200 in the pastel green, and It has a fine nib. In the M200s, I only get the fine nib because I find it's very flexible. It's a steel nib, it's not a gold nib. It's an M200, it's got a fine nib. And this is Diamine Celadon Cat. I love this nib because for a steel nib, it has really nice line variation, right? It's got flex in it, and I think it gives a beautiful sort of randomness to the handwriting. It's one of my favorite pens. This is a TWSBI Diamond. And this is the color Iris, and this is a broad nib. Very thick and juicy, and I honestly don't remember what ink is in here, but that's why I can look in here. Okay, first of all, that was Winterwood. See how it looks gray? That wasn't Athena gray, that was Winterwood. This is Athena gray. So this is Laban. And you can see how dark this is, right? This was Winterwood, but you see it doesn't look brown. Very beautiful. But this is such a juicy, beautiful writer. It's also really good with shimmer inks. And it's just pretty. This is a Sailor Shikiori pen from the Sound of Rain series. It has a 21 karat gold nib. It was a special edition. It's called Autumn Rain. So it's a Sailor. Oh, and you know what? I don't have ink in there, but it is a beautiful writer. It has that typical Sailor feedback on it. The nib is absolutely gorgeous, very springy for a Sailor. It's the 21 karat nib. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous pen. It's got like a peachy pink finial here and also on the bottom, and it's just this beautiful gray lavender color. It's got a matte finish. It's a beautiful pen, but I do not have it inked right now. This is a pen that really gives me a lot of trouble, and I'm so sad about it because it's such a pretty pen. It's a Narwhal, and it was not an expensive pen, and I got it when they had their 30% off sale. I want to say I paid like $35 for it. It's got rose gold trim. And I got it in a stub nib, which I thought would be really fun. But you see the beautiful snowy sparkles, peachy sparkles in the resin. It has a huge ink capacity, but so I haven't used this in about a week. It writes very wet. I think it was called, what's it called? It was called Quartz. And it skips and it just stops writing all of a sudden. It just completely stops. So I am, and this is the, actually this is the Iwi Cold Dew. And look, it seems fine on this paper. So it's, the nib is very expressive, but you know what? I can be writing and it just completely stops writing. And it's very annoying. So I sent the first one that I ordered, did that, and I sent it back and they sent me a new one, and the new one does the same thing. So it's either because I'm left-handed or I don't know, but it's disappointing. I wish I would have just gotten like a fine nib in this pen because it is so pretty. So pretty. So if you like it, just don't get the stub nib. My advice. Then I have my beautiful Kaweco brass pen. I don't have it inked right now. I have this with a medium nib. I like to take this when I'm out and about more in the summer. I might ink it again in the winter, but it's just, yeah, it's just a gorgeous pen. It's very heavy and it feels good when you write with it. When you post it, it's just a very nice size. It's a very fun pen to write with. And it gets this beautiful patina over time. So that's a Kaweco Brass Sport. I usually put diamine ink cartridges in that pen in the color gray, just gray. I didn't show you my ink cartridges. I have like 3 or 4 ink cartridges with gray ink also. So this is a very beautiful pen. This is a Sailor Pro Gear, not a Pro Gear. This is a Pro Gear Slim. This is a Pro Gear. It's bigger. It is a less expensive version of it. It's very plain, right? It's got plastic here, and you see how this one has metal all the way? Much better, because these plastic parts do tend to crack sometimes. But I really got this pen for the nib, and this is a medium nib. It is not inked right now. But oh my goodness, when it is the most beautiful writer. It has the typical luscious, for me, Sailor feedback. It feels sort of like graphite on the paper when you write with it. And it's got beautiful spring to it. It's just a delight to write with. And it's the perfect size for my hand. The Pro Gear Slims are fine. They're a little bit small for me for long, long writing sessions. This is absolutely perfect. It's a very comfortable pen to write with. So this color is called Daisy White. It was a Japan exclusive. And I got it at a really special deal through a pen company in Japan that I don't remember the name of offhand. But if you want to know, you know, leave a comment and I'll try to find out for you. But they do run really good specials sometimes, and the exchange rate is excellent at times also. So this is a TWSBI. This is a TWSBI Diamond in smoke and rose gold, and I love this pen. It's so gorgeous. I don't have it inked right now, but it holds a tremendous amount of ink. For a long time, I had the winter wood in this pen, and it was a beautiful combination. It writes like a dream. I think this is a medium nib. Yeah. The TWSBI medium is nice and juicy. It's a great writer. Really affordable pen and just absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I love TWSBIs. This pen is a Sailor Shikiori that I got for about $45, and it came with a steel nib. It's a very pretty creamy white, and it's got just the palest amount of really fine gold shimmer. It's got the gold trim, the black finial, and the black bottom. I think it was called Snow Moon. And it was a steel nib. A friend of mine gave me this custom nib, and it came in a white Sailor Pro Gear Slim body. So I just removed the nib from one and put it on the other. And so this has, and it's not inked right now, but when I ink these up, I'll make another video. It's got a custom cursive italic nib, and it is, I wonder if I have any samples of writing with this. I'm sure in my old journal. It is the most beautiful writer, and I just gave it a break for right now. I'm probably going to ink it up this week. In fact, let's ink it up together, and then I can show you, because this pen it's a toss-up between these two, which is my favorite fountain pen. This is what I use almost every day for almost everything. I'll talk about that last. This is probably my second most used pen. So those are the pens I have inked. Some are not inked, but those are the ones that are kind of in my arsenal for winter. And some are all year pens too for me, because they're just so beautiful. So I'll stick these back in here. Yeah, we'll ink that pen up. Find a cartridge and converter. All right, in here, I've got a couple special pens. So this is definitely a spring pen for me, spring, summer. This was also a gift to me from a very dear friend in Kuwait. And it's a Bungu box special edition pen with Sailor. And it was after the Studio Ghibli movie, the Bamboo Cutters Princess movie. I can never remember the name, but it's one of my favorite Studio Ghibli movies. It is so beautiful. I have a special ink for this. I use this in spring and summer. And the ink that I have is sort of a rosy taupe, and it's really pretty in here. It's got the gold sparkles, the gold appointments. On the finial, it has a moon. See that with the bamboo through it? It's mother of pearl. Really gorgeous. And then on the nib, there's a piece of bamboo carved into this 14 karat gold nib. This is a very special pen. It is a dream to write with. It's a medium, which Sailor Proger Slims with medium nibs are really, really nice. It came in this beautiful little sleeve, and I keep it in there. So that was a Bungu box from Japan, exclusive pen. And then I also have in this the Yoseka Stationery Sailor Pro Gear Slim Refresh Edition. And this has a medium fine nib. It is a gorgeous pen. And again, for me, very spring, summer. So it's got this kind of like transparent, pale, kind of celadon color with the peachy pink finial and bottom. They're just really, really beautiful. And then this is my Estabrook, Esty. This is a color called Bleu Nouveau. It has a journal, a special nib on it. It's called a journal nib. Really nice writer. I do not have it inked right now. It's a great pen. It's got like a spring-loaded twisty thing here, so the ink stays really fresh. It's a great writer. It's just a really comfortable pen, and it's really beautiful. It's my only Estabrook. I would love to get another one day with a different nib, but it is a beauty. Then in here, none of these are inked, so I'll just, oh no, wait, this one is. Oh no, I lied. I thought they weren't inked, but they are. So this one is not, I know. This is the original Sailor that the other nib came on from my friend, and I just switched the nibs. This is the steel nib. 14 karat gold plated it is. It's just a nice, clean, white Sailor pen. And then this is a TWSBI Diamond Mini with white with rose gold. Incredibly comfortable pen to write with. This has a medium nib. This has black ink in it, and I used it for a special project. And I just didn't clean it out. Fine nib, sorry. And I think this was Pilot Sumiho? Whatever, it's the Pilot Iros Shizuku Sumi, the black ink. Take-Sumi. And I use this for a special project, and I never cleaned it out, but this is a great pen. In fact, if you were to come to me and say, I want to get one fountain pen, what would you get? I would suggest this. It's just perfect. It holds a ton of ink. It's small, has a small footprint. It's beautiful, but when you post it, it's a full-size pen. It's very comfortable. It always writes. It never clogs. It just is a workhorse pen, but it's so pretty. So that would be my recommendation. This is my very first fountain pen. It's a Pelican M200 in smoky quartz, which is also an ink by Pelican Edelstein. Smoky quartz. And I keep it in here because it's what it came with, and I've always kept it in here. This is a great pen. I use this pen for sketching. It's a great writer, very thin. You can like write with it upside down and get nice thin lines. You can, you know, get thicker lines when you press. It's a steel nib, and it still gives you great line variation. So that's what I use it for sketching. And it is my very first fountain pen that was like a real, like really nice fountain pen. It's beautiful. It's a fine nib. We're getting too much light. Let me just close my blinds here. Okay. Sun comes in when it's snowing. It just gets blinding. This is another TWSBI Eco. Look over here because we don't have too many more. So, and look, it's not writing. Well, that is unusual. Maybe it's the ink. This is, this is, Sad Charade. Ferris Wheel Press ink. And that doesn't surprise me, actually. Their inks, I was actually gonna be a, what do they call it, an influencer for them, and they sent me a bunch of ink and stuff, and I just didn't have great luck, so I didn't want to do it. Okay, well, don't know what to say. It doesn't work. But anyways, when that happens, it's probably the ink, to be honest with you, because TWSBIs just don't do that. So this is the indigo and bronze version. It's got a medium nib. If that happens, I just run it underwater and blot it, and it starts to flow again. But it just never happens with TWSBI, so it must be the ink. But this is it's a great writer, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. And then this one is not inked. This was a Sailor 5th anniversary edition pen from Shikiori. And it's just a lovely little pen. It's got a 14 karat nib and medium fine. The sparkles in the transparent top. It's got a transparent. This is a Sailor 1911. It's not the same as the Pro Gears. It's a different shape. You can see that. But also a very pretty pen. And it is not inked. Okay, and then finally I've got two more. This is a TWSBI VAC, also in the Iris color. And this is the J. Urban Pool Degree Windy Gray, which is a beautiful, beautiful color. I love the shading in this ink, and it's just the right darkness for me. It's not too dark, it's not too light. Really beautiful. So that's the TWSBI, and that is a medium nib. And then finally, I've got my Kaweco Sport in Anthracite, which is my favorite Kaweco Sport. And this has diamine. So this is a Sport AL in anthracite. I don't know if they make this one anymore. It's this gorgeous silvery lavender gray. It's beautiful. And the ink is a cartridge. It's Diamond Silver Fox. It's a very pretty color. I like the Diamond cartridges for Coeco pens because the Coeco cartridges or converters are just way too small. And this way you get more ink. It's just super easy to take with me somewhere if I need more, because these run out pretty quickly. It's tiny. But the Diamond Silver Fox is a great gray. It's just beautiful. Diamond also makes Earl Grey. I don't have it anymore, but I used to use it a lot. But this is just a really pretty, more greeny gray. This is greeny. This is more of a true gray, but just pale. Paler than like the Athena gray. So I love this pen. Love it, love it. So I only have one more. And that's this. It's probably my favorite fountain pen. Not even for the way it looks. This is a Pilot Vanishing Point. And it doesn't have a cap. It just clicks like a ballpoint pen. Listen. It's lovely. It has this very, very tiny nib. It's 14 karat gold. This is a medium. It's wonderful. It takes Pilot cartridges, so I have Fuyu Syogun in here, and I just refill the cartridge with my ink from here, and then every now and then put a new one in. It lasts me a couple days. I write a lot, so it would last most people a lot more than that. It has a clip. I never use it, but here's the thing with this pen. It has this clip, and some people really hate that because it gets in their way. I love it because I'm left-handed and it keeps my fingers in the right place and it feels comfortable to me. It is the perfect width for my hand, the perfect weight, the perfect size. This pen is like comfort. It's like the most beautiful bubble bath at the end of a day. When I pick up this pen, this is Pilot Iros Shizuku Fuyu Syogun ink. And it's a Pilot Vanishing Point. And this is called Stripes. And this I also got from the Japanese pen store when they were having one of their big sales. And it is a medium nib. This pen is like my favorite sweatshirt. My oldest notebook, my Traveler's Company brown notebook. It's like a big bowl of macaroni and cheese. It's like a steaming cup of tea. It's like fuzzy socks. It is my comfort pen, and it's the pen I reach for every day. I use a lot of pens every day, but this is my pen. You know what I mean? It's my pen. So it's very special to me. Pilot Vanishing Point makes all sorts of beautiful bodies for their pens, some more expensive than others. I do recommend getting the one with the 14 karat gold nib though. The steel nibs are not my favorite in this pen. It's just a divine pen. It's very comfortable. I would suggest trying one first because a lot of people are not crazy about that clip, but that's what makes it for me. I love, 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 love times a trillion this pen. I did a whole video on this pen, so you can search for that and watch it. It's wonderful. Let me grab an ink. We'll fill that one up. Let me see, does it have a cartridge in it? I mean, a converter. Yes. Let me grab a pen. I mean, a pot of ink. Okay, so I decided we will use the Kyono Oto USU Gumo ink, which is the cloud gray. This is probably my second favorite ink after the Pilot Fuyu Syogun. This is number 15. I think it's newer. I am not someone who tries to get a great big fill. I just fill it, and when it runs out, I fill it again. I'm just excited for you to see this nib in action. So beautiful. Okay. This ink is, I love it. I love their inks. All right. So this is the Sailor Snow Moon Pro Gear Slim. And this is a custom cursive italic. I think it was by Dave the Nibsmith. And this ink is Kiyo no Oto USU Gumo. Look at that. Look at that. It is very fine on the upstroke, and then you can get thicker on the bottom stroke. Like if you go like this and like this, you can see the difference. It's just the way it's cut. And I'm left-handed, so if you are right-handed and you use this nib, you're going to get even more. Well, left-handed people don't get that, the widest range, because of how we hold our pens. But you can see how fine it is this way, and up and down much thicker. And so when I write, like if I write in cursive, like a regular cursive, it's really beautiful. But I mean, honestly, my own everyday handwriting is wonderful, right? If I just do my own everyday printing, I do kind of a mix between printing and cursive. It's my handwriting is very loopy. I just love it, and I love this ink. You see, they're very similar, these inks. This one has a little bit, it's a little bit lighter. The USU Gumo is a little bit lighter and has a little bit more shading in it. But it's very similar to the Fuyu Syogun. So pretty. So that's it. Those are my fountain pens. Yeah, and when I decide to switch them out and ink up some of those other ones, I will make a note to make a new video so you can see the way those write. Yeah, and honestly, this book, Starling, this sweetheart, this is where my collections end, right here. And this is all I have left for this book, and I am so tempted to start a new book, but I'm making sure that I stick to finishing the pages up because, yeah, because I want to. But it's been nice. I mean, I honestly really think this is great paper. And it's just not for me. You know, it's just not my paper. You know what I mean? So it's been great. It's a really nice notebook. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I love the way it looks. I love to see these sparkles every day. It's really sturdy. The paper is great. Nothing bleeds through. You can write on both pages really nicely, but it's not my paper. My paper is this. It's, and I'm going to show you two notebooks actually while I'm here. This was my last notebook. This is Tomoe River paper from Hobonichi. And you hear that? The crinkle. And I love to see the ghosting through. It just totally thrills me. I don't know what to say. It's just, I love that sound. I love the feel of it. You can feel the letters, especially when you use, oh, this is the pen that I just showed you. This is that pen. This is ballpoint pen, and it just feels so good. And it just has this beautiful shimmer on it and stuff. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, it feels so good. This is all ballpoint pen, and it's just like, it's luscious. So this is my paper, and I have a new notebook. The only thing that I don't love about this paper is that it's white, and I prefer creamier paper. So I have a new notebook to try, and I got it from Amazon. It was very inexpensive. It has a really blank cover, like this. It lies totally flat, right? It's sewn, okay? It's not the best quality because, I mean, it wasn't expensive, but the paper is Tomoe River paper, all right? And it's cream. It's cream. It has plenty of pages. I've already done a pen test in the back just to make sure it's Tomoe River paper because Amazon, you know, you never know. It's got a really pretty little bookmark that I'll probably cut out because they drive me crazy. But look at it. It's really nice, you know. So this is going to be my next A5 when this one's complete. And if I use it and it doesn't start falling apart, I've never used it before, so I'm not going to recommend it to you all until I give it, you know, take it through. So you can already see, I mean, it's not the best quality, and there were definitely some reviews that were not great about how it didn't hold up, and I'm a heavy notebook user, so we'll see. I want to put it through the ringer first and see if I can recommend it and see if I buy it again before I share the link and everything. But it's promising. The paper's beautiful, and it's got a lot of pages, but it's very thin, so it's going to fit better in my notebook holder than this one, but it has the same amount of pages, right? It's more, you know, on par with Tomoe River from Hobonichi. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. But I'm not going to start it until this one is finished. Ha! All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I really wanted to make this before the end of the year. Well, I've got my pens inked up for winter right now. And yeah, it's if you've been following me for a while and you've seen my stationery videos, you've seen these pens, most of them, except for a couple that have been gifts to me lately. I haven't bought any new pens. The last pen I purchased was that Narwhal pen, and it was a big disappointment. So I have no desire to buy pens anymore at all. Zero. I've got the ones I love, and I've got the inks that I love, and I'll always look for new gray inks, you know, but I want to use a few of them up first. And some of them are getting there. Some of them I would buy again, some of them I wouldn't. So I'll keep you posted. So if you have any favorite gray inks, let me know that you didn't see here. Yeah, I'm not many pages left. It might not even last me to the end of the year. It just depends on how much I write. So we'll see. I haven't been writing a ton lately. You can just see, like, normally I would, like, this is one day and I left this page because I thought I would write some more and I didn't. But I'm not writing as much as I used to. Like that day, I only wrote this much. It's crazy. It's just been busy, you know. All right. Thank you so much. And I probably won't see you till the first of the year, till the new year. But I will be busy filming my January edition that you won't see until toward the end of January. And I might do a little shorter video before then. All right. I might do an update when I move into this and let you see that. All right, everybody, take care. Happy holidays if you're watching this into 2024 in December. I hope you have wonderful, peaceful holidays. All right, take care.